Good afternoon, everyone. Treasure Troller here from the militant state of Michigan, where our governor and dictator, Gretchen Whitmer, enacted a law specifically targeting Treasure Troller so he can no longer vlog and drive at the same time. So we're here in Muskegon at one of the just outside one of the long-term factories, I guess you could say, here in Muskegon. It's the Brunswick factory, and you'll never guess what they made here. I said what they made, not what they make. You're going, oh, Treasure Troller, they make bowling balls and bowling shit. Yeah, but that's not what they made at one time. This right here, Brunswick, is the birthplace, their commercialized birthplace of the snowboard. That's right. I'm going to throw some knowledge at you today. Or I'm going to drop some knowledge on you today. See, back in 1965, there was a guy by the name of Sherman Poppin, and he lived in Norton Shores. You know, kind of what it was like back then, I don't know. But it's, you know, Tudor Dixon lives there these days. It's a nice area, Muskegon. It's a nice area. It's not hoity-toity, but it's nice. Well, back in 1965, Sherman Potter had a couple of youngins, a couple of daughters, and his wife was pregnant with the third child. And it was around Christmas of 1965 when she told them to, get the kids out of here and go do something with them. So he decided to design something that every kid in Michigan that lived on the lakeshore or near the lakeshore has thought about it at one time or another. And that is, you're looking out Lake Michigan and going, or you're sitting at the beach and you're going, oh God, why couldn't you make this lake so I could surf on it? And Sherman had that same thought. But then he took it one step farther. He did the 3D chess on it and said, well, here's snow in all these hills, so why don't we do something with that? So he put a couple of skis together and designed the very first snowboard. And here's a picture of Sherman. And if you look at that the skis on the right, on his left, on the right, that small set, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the very first snurfboard that was created. So he put this thing together in Brunswick. He had some friends that were in Brunswick, no doubt. I'm sure some of the Brunswick executives lived in Norton Shores too. He said, hey, I got this idea. And he brought out the prototype. He let them try. He showed a film of his daughter trying to, use the snurfboard. Brunswick was looking to expand its product line, do some different things, and they decided to manufacture and sell this snowboard, which they called the snurfboard, the snurfer, or the snurf. However, I remember these things as a kid. I never liked them personally. I never liked them. They were just so hard to stand on, and your feet slid off. Here's a picture of like one of the original snurfboards with that rope. It was difficult. They were extremely difficult to stand on. So what happens is Brunswick decided to market this thing as not as a sport, or not as a wintertime, I guess you could say, activity, but they decided to market this thing as the hula hoop of winter, which Sherman wasn't really pleased about. He wanted this to be a sport, a challenging new exercise, I guess you could call it, but a challenging new thing, a sporting event. As a matter of fact, they used to have a competition, I think it was in Grand Rapids over at Canonsburg, for snurfers. So what happened with, now he may not have had the first sort of design or patent, but Sherman was the first one to design something and then take it and commercialize it. So what had happened is, let's just say due to poor marketing skills by the Brain Trust at Brunswick, sales began to fall, and other people began making improvements to the snurf board. And in about 1972, after 7 or 8 years, Brunswick decided not to manufacture the snurf board anymore, and the patent, all that patent stuff, where eventually they run out. Other people picked up on the snurf board, improved it. They made the probably better footing on it. That rope on the front, they made it adjustable. I don't know why that would help. Maybe if you're taller, you don't have to lean as much. I don't know. I never liked the thing. I tried it about 4 times, and my parents never bought us one because they realized we really couldn't get hurt on them. So there was no sense in buying us toys that we couldn't have the potential of injury with. So, we never had one in our house. But anyways, over a few generations of probably patent expiration and improvements, other companies getting in, improvements made, you have what you have today. The extreme sport, the flying tomato, the Olympic sport, the gold medal, all that. So Brunswick can say, as poorly as they marketed that product, the product still stood the test of time, and they are the great-grandfathers of the snowboard that's being used today. So that's it. The more you know. Treasure Troller, saying aloha and good day.